Okay, listen, pay attention, Africa. Have you seen what is happening at the African Cup of Nations? Have you seen how the tournament is going? You see, this tournament might be the best we have ever seen so far. Why? You see, Congo may be out of the African Cup of Nations, but something about this tournament will never be forgotten. Not Mane with his skills, not even Salah with his dribbles, not Osimhen with his goals, not Ahmad with his R2, not even Lookman with his looks. It is Michael Kuku Mbolodinga. That fan who stood motionless on the pitch represented something very symbolic. He was not dramatizing. He was not seeking attention. He was reminding all of us of something that the world think that we have forgotten. He was reminding us of Patrice Lumumba. And that is very important. You see, Patrice Lumumba was not a footballer. He was Congo's first prime minister. Yes, he was a man who represented African resistance, African dignity, and Africans' unfinished freedom. You see, in 1960, Congo regained her so-called independence from Belgium. But when Patrice Lumumba began to ask for the re-independence, which is economic control, sovereignty, and Africans' dignity, some powerful interests became uncomfortable. Then, in the year 17th January 1961, they captured Patrice Lumumba, removed him from power, and eliminated him. But this did not happen in isolation. He was betrayed by some of his own. Mobutu, Sisoko Mbendu and Zambanga, Kasavubu and Toshimbe, and with some backings of some powerful Western interest, they eliminated Patrice Lumumba. Patrice Lumumba's body was dissolved. Only his goat teeth survived. They destroyed his body. But his idea survived. Because you can bury a man, but you cannot bury a truth. That is why when Michael Kuku Mbolodinga stood on that pitch, he reminded all of us of something that is so dear to our heart. Because that team that he stood on that place reminded us of a man who represented something dangerous. An African leader who could not be bought. An African leader who could not be silenced. An African leader who could not be compromised. Patrice Lumumba stood tall. He was an upright man. He stood tall just like Michael Kuku Mbolodinga stood on that pitch. That picture reminded us of something very powerful. That Congo's pain did not start today. That African struggle did not start with football. And that history do not get erased or disappear simply because some government officials has banned it in schools. Because people like modern day Tankwaya will always teach it. And I take this moment to appreciate the woman who raised his children in his absence. Pauline Opango Lumumba. His loving wife who passed away on the 23rd of December 2014 in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. Today, we remember that revolutionary family. And we love them, celebrate them in Africa. Because they are beacons of light. Africa, the modern day Tankwaya, the voice of Africa, will continue to teach about African historical figures. Right here, in the forest of the ancestors in Akebulan. Africa, wisdom is the principal thing. Feel free to support your Tankwaya in any way you want. So we can propagate these historical figures to the rest of the world. To let the world know that we remember. Because the river that forgets its source will dry up. We can't be dried up because we know who we are. Africa, wisdom is the principal thing. Aha!